Thank you, MK Investigations. This is Latasha Ford Reactions. I'm reacting to a video of a former football star who unalives his BM 4 days after she gets out of jail for shooting him in a DV incident. Let's get into it, everyone.
Don't block all your haters. Leave one or two. Somebody got to report back to the headquarters. Bye-bye now.
Kadeja Birch was known by many in Springfield, and that was clear Sunday night when people from all over came together for a vigil in her memory. Mayor Chris Essex also has a special relationship with Day Day's family. He graduated with her mother and he coached football with her stepfather.
Day Day's light, she was a very, very happy person. You know, when you talked to her, she didn't see a stranger. Regardless of what color you were, she was your friend.
Today we will be in Springfield, Kentucky, a small and close-knit community of around 3,000 people. The town is located about an hour-and-a-half drive southeast of Louisville, Kentucky, the biggest city and most populous in the state. In Springfield, there is probably not one person that does not know the name Kadeja Birch. A loving and devoted boy mom, she had dreams and desires to always be there for her two special little men. However, the year of 2024 gave her a new outlook on life after being behind bars for almost 2 months after defending herself and then tragically losing her life mere days after getting out of jail.
See, they said like she defended herself, so I don't see a problem with that. We'll get into it. We'll talk about it in the comments. You guys, let me know what y'all think.
Raised up as her mother's only child with one sister on her dad's side, life was good for Kadeja Birch, full of family, friends, and good memories. Day Day, as most called her, was described as the light that always brought everyone together with her positive spirit. He was also so funny and sweet, with a vibe that was unmatched. To know her was to love her, and she would always go above and beyond to help others. Coming up, she attended Washington County schools, graduating with the class of 2012 from high school, and was excited about the future and what it had to offer her. 4 years after school is when she would welcome her first child in December of 2016, and her son became her biggest blessing in life. While working and taking care of her son, she was like any other 20-something, enjoying life, hanging with friends, and building a foundation for her future. In the process of just living and loving life, she would meet a young man 8 years her junior who was not from her area but had ties to Louisiana and Wisconsin. At the time in 2021, she was 27 and he was 19 when the two began their romantic relationship. The then 19-year-old Roosevelt Davis III was still a teen making strides towards a good future not only for him but for his daughter. Back in 2020, when he graduated from Faraday High School in Faraday, Louisiana, he had offers lined up as a star varsity football player playing defensive end and defensive tackle. He ultimately decided to go to Coffeyville Community College on February 5th, 2020, alongside three other classmates. One
So he was what, like 8 years younger than her? He was 19, she was 27. So, they always say, oh, he's not old enough or whatever. His mind's probably still developing at the end of the day. I'm sure it's probably some jealousy issues, but let's get into it. Let's see what's going on in this video.
coach wrote, "Congrats to these young men on gaining an opportunity to further their education and football career. The journey is far from over. Stay humble and continue to trust the process." So Roosevelt's future looked promising, and he had a desire to not only focus on football, but to do well in school. However, it does not appear that things fully panned out the way that he hoped while he was in college in regards to the football career, and he decided that maybe the military would be the right way to go. Going back to his and Kadeja's relationship, the pair became pregnant not too long after getting together, and the two would welcome her second son and his first son. A little boy was born May 2022 when he was 20 and she was 28, and both of them appeared to be overjoyed by the newest addition. Roosevelt appeared to be very hands-on with his son, and the couple often traveled to Wisconsin where his mother and other family lived. Life looked to be going great, and some of Kadeja's loved ones even said the two seemed like a perfect match. He was at her family functions, and she would go to his, Plus, they were making their own new memories together as a family.
See, she already had a son. She's 28, he's 20. And then they had a son together. So, they're doing their family thing or whatever the case may be. We need to see where it went wrong.
However, as you know, sometimes things are not always as good as they look on the outside because there was some troubling turmoil taking place behind the scenes. Some family on Roosevelt's side made some accusations that Roe, as they called him, may have had an accidental encounter with something that was laced when he was smoking. This encounter allegedly changed him, and things started to slowly go downhill in his mind.
And see his family, saying something was laced. They're making excuses for him for whatever he's doing, whatever abuse or whatever the case may be. But they are definitely making excuses. So whatever happens in their relationship, oh, it's an excuse because something was laced.
His loved ones claim that the family came and got him from the home he shared with Khadijah, put him in a psychiatric hold at a mental health institution
Oh
in
my gosh.
Louisiana. Also, apparently, at that same time, things were going bad for the couple, but allegedly, Khadijah drove all the way to Louisiana and picked him up from the place that was trying to help him. However, love can make you do things that you shouldn't, and I'm sure she never imagined what would end up taking place would happen. The pair were entangled in a tumultuous relationship that in the end ended up shattering countless lives. On October 5th, 2024, is when things first changed forever for both of their families and caused a huge divide. On that day, police were dispatched after a man living on Perryville Road would call 911 saying he had been shot. According to law officials, when they arrived, they found the caller lying in the driveway with two gunshot wounds to his right leg, one in the thigh and the other in the shin. The victim, who was identified later as 22-year-old Roosevelt Davis, told police the shooter was still inside the residence. Police then applied a tourniquet to Rose's leg to control his bleeding until EMS could arrive, and the alleged suspect was also arrested. That suspect was said to be 30-year-old Khadijah Birch.
And see, apparently, allegedly, she did this in self-defense. She wasn't trying to unalive him. She shot him. I mean, you have vital organs in your legs too, but obviously she knew where they hit him at. So therefore, she didn't unalive him at all.
She went on to tell authorities that the two of them had been fighting all day long and that the 6'5", 250-pound Roe choked her. However, Roosevelt disagreed with what she said took place. He wrote, and I quote, "He took a gun out of my left pocket and shot me with it after requesting me to put her phone on the ground. After I tossed the phone, she still shot me. We have not been fighting all day. She has been resisting giving me my money back after her not putting me on the leash, trying to put me out of her house that we just got here."
So they had a dispute. It's two different stories going on. So we don't really know what's the real story. So we'll see.
So to him, he felt that she took the money for a new place for his son to have a roof over his head, but did not put him on the lease.
Mm.
Khadijah did admit to shooting Roe, and authorities said while she was in the back of the patrol car, she even yelled, "I didn't mean to shoot you twice. I hope you're okay." Even in that moment of protecting herself from her baby daddy, she did not shoot to unalive him. She was just trying to stop him and protect her and her kids. Roosevelt was airlifted to a hospital and she was placed behind bars for attempted unaliving with a $50,000 cash only bond. Everyone who knew her in her small town knew that she would not purposely hurt someone and that she had to feel like her life was in danger to shoot a gun. However, the justice system is not always fair, and she had to stay behind bars until loved ones could get the money together. While she was incarcerated, praying mother held hard on faith and asked the Lord for favor in reducing the bond amount. Halloween would pass and the kids still did not have their mother. Thanksgiving would come and pass and the kids still didn't have their mother back home. Come December, things would change though for the better, and according to court documents, on December 19, 2024, Khadijah's attempted unaliving charges were amended down by a grand jury to second-degree harm. Her bond was also dropped to $10,000, which was an amount that loved ones could pay, and just in time for so many things to come. Not only Christmas, but her birthday was on December 23rd. Then her first son's 8th birthday was December 28th. This was definitely a Christmas miracle because Khadijah was able to get out on her 31st birthday. The reunion was a tearful moment for her mother and so many others. They just felt blessed to have her in the free world again. After settling in for her birthday and Christmas, on December 26th, she wrote, "What a beautiful Christmas. I'm so happy and grateful to be free with my kids and family. Thanks to all the love and kind words and support and helping out with my kiddos. Words cannot express how much it means to me. I'm so thankful for everyone that was there for me. It really means a lot. I love each and every one of y'all. Such a blessing. God is so good." Even though she had to face things going forward, especially because the two had a child together, she had a village behind her to see her through it all. After being released from the hospital back when he was first shot, Roosevelt moved back to Wisconsin with his mother, but his stay there was anything but easy. His sister said that he was having bad anger issues and mood changes and didn't want to listen to anybody. His escalated behavior would go to new heights on Christmas Day when he decided to rob a bank in Wisconsin. After getting the cash and making a getaway, he then took the funds and bought 2 guns and some camouflage with a fatal plan in place.
See, yeah, he had a plan. If he went to buy guns and camouflage and everything, his behavior changed dramatically. He is out for blood.
He would hit the road with his new purchases and head south to Springfield, Kentucky, while behind the wheel of his mother's car. During the early morning hours of December 27, 2024, Kentucky State Police Post 15 will receive a call from the Springfield Police Department requesting investigative assistance regarding a shooting incident on Claybrook Avenue in the city limits of Springfield. Kentucky State Police troopers and detectives responded to the residence around 1 a.m. and launched an investigation into what took place. The preliminary investigation determined an individual had forced their way into a residence and shot 2 females before fleeing the area. Authorities said that 31-year-old Khadijah Birch was found sadly unalive in the house from multiple gunshot wounds. The second female, 52-year-old Frances Campbell, who was the mother of Khadijah, was also shot. She was transported to a hospital, and gratefully, she survived her injuries.
So he tried to unalive both of them. He already unalived his girlfriend, and then he tried to unalive her mom. That's some hatred in his heart right there.
The investigation now identified the 23-year-old Roosevelt Davis III as the suspect. The Kentucky State Police issued a statewide law enforcement bulletin to attempt to locate Roe immediately. The alert led an officer with the Shelbyville Police Department to initiate a traffic stop around 3 in the morning for speeding. Roosevelt instantly stopped and put his hands out the window and was taken into custody. Roosevelt later told police he used his shoulder to get through the home door and fired about 10 shots into both victims. He is now facing 1 count of unaliving and attempted unaliving, plus burglary in the first degree.
KSB says Birch was shot inside a home on Claybrook Avenue on December 27th. Investigators say the man who shot her robbed a bank in Wisconsin and traveled to Kentucky to her.
According to police, it's been a busy 24 hours for this suspect, Roosevelt Davis III. A Shelbyville police officer pulled over the Milwaukee native at 3 a.m. for speeding on I-64. Police say when Davis first stopped, officers didn't know he was wanted for 2 other crimes. Police say the officer knew something was suspicious when Davis instantly stuck his hands out of the window when he was pulled over.
Once the plate came back, dispatch was quick to let us know that he had an active warrant out of Wisconsin, what it was for, and then the next domino fell. Oh, by the way, Kentucky State Police is investigating, and then that's when he found out that there was more to the traffic stop.
There was a warrant out for the 23-year-old's arrest for a bank robbery that happened yesterday in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
See, he already went over here, robbed this bank, and then he went back and committed more than one crime. Those charges are lit. Like, he unalived his girlfriend and then tried to unalive her mom. He said he shot 10 rounds in both of them. That's crazy. That's wild. He was really out for blood. He did not care. He said, bump the kids. Yeah, one of them was mine, but wow, you left him without a mom. And now he's going to be without a dad.
Meanwhile, Kentucky State Police is investigating Davis for in Springfield, Kentucky. That's southeast of Bardstown. Davis and Birch had a history of domestic incidents. According to an arrest citation from October 2024, Birch was charged with attempted murder after shooting Davis twice in the leg. On December 23rd, 4 days before she posted a $10,000 bond.
After loved ones from Wisconsin to Kentucky got the news, their sadness turned to anger as they would feud back and forth online about who did what. Some blamed the police and felt they should have did more and had locked him up after things he had already done. Others feel like he was provoked. However, what would drive a person who was so loved on the football field just a few years back to later rob a bank and shoot two women, one being the mother of his own child? I do
Yes.
understand that he was shot by her first, but from all I gathered, she was just trying to protect herself from DV that she had been experiencing, and she could have lost her life that day if she had not acted. Do you think, though, the system failed her? Let me know. Khadijah gave her all that October day to try and protect not only herself but her kids and ended up in jail while he was the one left out and became more unhinged. Even the fact that he planned to unalive her mother, who had nothing to do with anything, just shows how unhinged he was. He was also said to have been sending strange text messages too right before the fatal incident. Roosevelt did this all the day before her son's birthday party, and she was only out of jail 4 days when she lost her life. Her oldest son's only Christmas wish was to have his mother home, and that came true, just to lose her days later. And
That is so crazy to me. 4 days after she came home, she was unalived. They was doing her son's birthday party the next day. She was unalived the day before his birthday party. I know that baby gonna have some trauma. I just feel for the family. I feel for them kids, especially the kids.
right before his special day, loved ones remained strong in the day ahead and still carried out Kashawn's birthday.
Look at him, cute self.
One more time. Come on!
Everyone involved did their best to give him peace in the midst of a heavy storm that just happened the day before. Truly commend all the loved ones who carried on for that baby in such a difficult time. The road ahead is definitely not going to be easy. I pray that both kids will not be scarred for life because they were in the home when this terrible crime took place. Sean's bright spirit speaks volumes on who his mother was, because he has to get his beautiful spirit from the mother who raised him. As for the baby boy Kavian, he has now lost both parents, and that baby should have never been put in that position. His father claimed to love him unconditionally, but there were conditions, because he chose to take the woman who brought that baby into this world. Little Gouda, as they call him, adored his mother, and taking her away forever is not love. He is only 2, and most likely will not remember his mother, that many called beautiful through and through. He will have to be told stories and shown pictures for that connection, and he does not deserve that. Day Day, as everyone called her, had a beautiful smile that everyone will always remember and treasure. Her life mattered, and she should still be here. My thoughts and prayers are with her 2 kids and her mother as she continues to heal, and for all the ones who loved her dearly. So please don't forget to comment your thoughts and prayers for this family in their difficult time, and hit that like button and share to make your people aware. And as always, remember to stay woke. Things change quickly.
Thank you everyone for watching. Again, thank you to Keisha Investigates for doing this video. Y'all like, comment, subscribe below. In the comments, let me know. Share videos you want me to react to. I will. Thank you, thank you, thank you for watching. Thank you to new people that are watching, and thank you for returning people that are watching. Thank you so much. This is Latasha for Reactions.